In this lesson, we're going to talk about creating paragraphs. So in the previous lectures, we had talked about how HTML has opening and closing elements. So this is a div opening and closing. And if we want to add a paragraph, all we have to do is do a P, and paragraphs are opened and closed. And whatever content is in here, content between the P's, is going to be within paragraph format. Now paragraphs, so I'll just show you how paragraphs work. When we go out to our HTML and we render that out, we see that the paragraph actually takes up the full length of the line, and it adds a margin above it and below it. And these ones here that aren't paragraphs are just going to be in line. So it creates a new block, reserves the whole spacing, and it creates a separate line of code. And to turn anything into a paragraph, we just do an opening and closing paragraph tag, and that will create a paragraph. And now when we go back out, we can see that we have that spacing between the different paragraphs, and that gives us the ability to differentiate that and better structure our code in a more readable format when it's output within the browser. So you can have multiple paragraphs. You can also have paragraphs inside of paragraphs. So I'm just going to add a few more here, just so you can see what it looks like. And always make sure that you're doing this closing, and the closing is just simply done by the slash and by the P. So it's the same as opening it. And when we see here that the paragraphs actually inside of the paragraph tag are actually creating separate paragraphs. So they're doing the same thing as they are as the parent is doing. It's reserving that whole line of code and adding the next line with margin top and bottom.